I'm in the kitchen today with Joon. A couple of weeks ago, I was visiting my sister's house and Joon, who is my sister's mother-in-law, made a yummy pot of Quince stew, Khoresht-e-beh. I was so obsessed with the flavors of this dish that I insisted she teach me how to make it, and we're creating a video for you guys too.
Khoresht-e-beh is a Quince stew which is made of meat, aloo Bukhara and split peas. So I'm starting to prepare the khoresht. I start with pouring some vegetable oil of your choice. I finely slice my onion and I'm frying it to golden color. Now that my onion is golden, I'm adding a couple of teaspoons of minced garlic and 1 spoon of ginger to my onion and stir it a little bit. Now I'm adding my meat. This is lamb meat, but you can also use beef or chicken. Now I'm gonna add some salt, some pepper, and turmeric. Now that my meat is brown, I'm gonna add water to it and let it cook.
Okay, so we'll cover the meat and let this simmer away for about 60 minutes to 90 minutes.
Yes.
And next we'll start preparing our split peas and our quince. So while the meat is cooking away, we're going to prepare our split peas. Here I've got about a 3/4 cup of split peas which we've soaked, and we're gonna parboil. Okay, Joon, we've got our lamb cooking, we've got our split peas cooking, and now comes time to our hero.
Yes. I'm going to cut the quince into bite-sized cubes and make it to smaller pieces.
Joon, I've heard that the seeds of a quince have a lot of health benefits. What do you use them for?
Yes, good question. The seeds I use to dry them and use them when you cough. Actually, when you put a couple of them in your mouth, it will soothe your throat. So save those and dry it and use it.
I love it. No waste, using the whole ingredient.
Tastes really good.
I'm gonna have a bite too. So we finished chopping our quince in a big pot. I'm going to add some vegetable oil and to it add the chopped quince. And we'll saute for 5 to 10 minutes until the quince has slightly softened and has a bit of color.
Now that my quince is sauteed and it's changed to golden color, as you see, I'm gonna add some water to it to make it a little bit more soft before I add the meat to it. So we pour some water to it. I let this cook until it's softened a little bit, and then I add the aloo Bukhara to it. I think this may need another 5 minutes to cook.
The quince has softened beautifully, and now we're ready to add it to the cooked lamb. This has been simmering away for about 60 minutes now. And do you think it's ready?
Yes.
Okay. So what do we do next?
Okay, now Zara Joon, can you add the sauteed quince to the stew?
I have to say, I love the smell of quince. It's so beautiful.
Smells very good. Now I'm going to also add my aloo Bukhara to it so that they can cook together, since aloo Bukhara doesn't need that much of cooking. I also like to add almond to my khoresht. I'm adding some more sugar to it so that I make it sweet and sour. That's the way I like Khoresht-e-beh. Some people may not like to add sugar, but as I was a little girl, I always wanted it to be more tasty with sugar than not sugar. If you don't like sugar, you do not need to add it, and add some saffron water.
Joon, I think one of my favorite attributes about this dish is that it has a bit of sweet and sour flavors. Now this is quite common with a lot of Persian dishes. Like when you do Joon,
yes,
it can be quite sweet or sour, and you can play around with that balance according to your own taste. With this dish and with so many more, and it really makes the flavor profiles of your dish so much more interesting.
Yes, I agree.
We nearly forgot our split peas. Just help now with Joon over here and just add it on top. This is parboiled.
The reason I put the split peas is that it helps the juice become a little bit thicker. So I always add a little bit of chickpeas to it.
Now the nice thing about this recipe is that while it's meat-based today, it can actually be a very nice vegan recipe.
Absolutely.
So you just add more beans.
Yes.
What other beans would you use in addition to the split peas?
Any beans of whoever prefers, actually. I would add the vegan people and vegetarian, they add more nuts to it. Zeresh, actually, they add to it and become very tasty.
Nice. So we're going to cover and let this simmer away for another 30 minutes and our stew should be ready. Okay, now Joon, I think it's ready.
I think so.
Let's check this out. It smells lovely.
Great. Now I'm going to add some lemon juice, and you can add the amount that you prefer to have.
We've let this simmer away for another 2 minutes since we put the lemon juice, and this is now ready to be served. I'll turn off the heat, and as a final touch, I'm going to garnish with some almond slivers and serve this later on with some Persian rice on the side. Now, a couple of tips that you shared with me earlier, Joon, is about preparing the quince, because this is not always available all year round.
Right. When quince is available, I buy more and I chop them the sizes that I like, saute it, freeze them, and whenever I'm ready to make another khoresht, I bring it out and prepare it.
Cooking tips that only come from a seasoned cook. Hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. See you guys later.
See you.